Coming up next on This Week in Mizzou Basketball, the Tigers get back in the win column on Super Tuesday. Techie gill-caesar takes a unique path to Columbia. And we look back to the day Steepo and Sonny took down MJ. It's all next on This Week in Mizzou Basketball.
This Week in Mizzou Basketball is brought to you by Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life, find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Missouri Orthopedic Institute, we've got your back. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. And your local Trusted Choice independent insurance agent. Visit trustedchoice.com to find an agent in your area.
And welcome to the latest edition of This Week in Mizzou Basketball with head coach Kim Anderson. I'm Ben Arnett, and we've got a big Tiger win to talk about, Coach. Victory over Florida, snapping the losing streak, and no pun intended, but what went right, so to speak, against the Gators that caused you to get that big victory that your team has been working so hard for the last month or so?
Well, Naaman right. I think Naaman, of course, had a tremendous game, 28 points, shot the ball extremely well, 10 of 13 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3. But more importantly, I think it was the way that we played as a team. I think Naaman would be the first to tell you that our guys did a great job of getting him the basketball in the right spot at the right time, and he knocked the shot down. So, it's been a tough, 6-7 weeks for us because, you go out and you practice every day, and we were improving. You just couldn't. It just didn't carry over, and it's like I told our guys, hey, we're getting better. The other team's getting better too. So I was happy that we executed well offensively, and we did a good job down the stretch defensively.
Your team has been so good defensively throughout the season. What have you seen click offensively, particularly in the Florida game, that allowed your team to be so successful against the Gators?
Well, execution. We've struggled at times. Even last night, we started the game out. We drew a play up. They said, this is what we're going to do, and we weren't anywhere near it. I mean, it was like a dyslexic play, and but after that we settled down. Keith Schamberger's been really good with the ball. He hasn't turned it over a lot. He's done a good job of getting the ball to the right people. I think our guys are starting to understand each other, and I think even us as a coaching staff, we're able to put guys in the right position now to maybe where they can be a little bit more successful.
And finally, what kind of a weight was this lifted off the shoulders of your entire program to break through and get a win like this?
Well, I mean, it's huge. I long for the day where, when you win a game, it's good, it's great, but it's not a major, like going to winning the national championship. I mean, I'm excited for our guys because they've worked hard. They've worked hard to get better. They've been close so many times, and to be able to carry it out against a good Florida team. That's a team that played in the Final Four last year, and I know they had a couple of guys that weren't playing, but you know what? We had a guy that wasn't playing too, Wes Clark. So. Good win for our guys, and hopefully we can take this, get some confidence, and build on it here as we play the last part of the season.
Let's take a closer look at the Tigers' victory over Florida in the Bud Light highlight.
Mizzou hosted Florida in the annual blackout game, but Naaman Wright was white hot to start the contest.
Less than 5 on the shot clock. Wright steps inside the arc and hits the shot. Meantime, our first foul of the night on Carter for Florida. And that's Wright knocking down the shot. He averages 5 a game, the freshman out of Los Angeles.
Wright paced Mizzou to the early lead, but the Tigers spread out the scoring.
Gill-Caesar Gill-Caesar with the three.
Chris Chios has been a nice spark off the bench for this Florida team. That's 2 good feeds to the post.
Post is there to slam it home.
It's one of those things where now confidence becomes an issue. They're going to be well prepared. You're going to get them to play hard. But what happens when it gets close? Can they fight through it?
Florida tied the game thanks to Alex Murphy, but Mizzou had an immediate response.
3 on its way, and another one. Naaman Wright has knocked down his second three-pointer.
Devin Robinson skied and slammed his way to a Gator lead with just over 2 minutes to play in the first half, and the Gators were up by 4 at the break. But Naaman Wright started the second half just as hot as he was in the first.
Naaman Wright continues to knock him down. That's the third three-pointer for Wright. He has 15. His career high is 21. Wright again, and it's right on the money. That's a 2 for him. Wrap-around pass is stolen. 1 pass too many for the Gators.
Yeah, Casey Hill's just got to go ahead and finish that one at the rim.
Wright again! That's a three-pointer for Wright. 20 for Naaman Wright, and we're tied at 35.
With 16 minutes to go in the game, Wright had already set a new career scoring high, and the race was on between the Tigers and Gators.
Murphy, and he sinks the three-pointer. And Post hooks it in. Wright, let's see if he's still hot. Yes, he is! 25 for Naaman Wright. Single-handedly keeping Missouri in this game. Gill-Caesar in the paint, falling away and gets the bounce. Missouri down 1.
Techie Gill-Caesar's free throws with 8 minutes and 14 seconds to play in the game gave Mizzou its first lead of the second half, and the Tigers would never trail again.
Murphy, shot blocked by Gant. Breaking down the defense, drives in, off the mark, got his own miss. Shot blocked by Gant, second block for Gant. Lob for Gant, and he finishes on the other end. Blocking a dunk from Jakeenan Gant. Wright comes up to get it, fires, and hits another one. Oh my goodness.
Naaman Wright finished with 28 points, the most by a Mizzou freshman in 15 years. And the Tigers snapped their losing streak with a well-deserved 64-52 win over Florida.
Are you up for whatever? This is Matt. We saw him holding a Bud Light, which means he's up for whatever.
How about a 10-ball?
Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
The day after the Tigers win, you can get 50% off your regular menu price order by ordering online at papajohns.com with the promo code TigersWin, only at papajohns.com. It's time for the Edward Jones Tiger Cage.
Joining us this week inside the Edward Jones Tiger Cage is freshman guard Naaman Wright, being recognized for his 28-point performance in a win over Florida. It was the most a freshman has scored since the 99-2000 season. And a guy named Kareem Rush, that was the first year I covered Mizzou basketball. Naaman, what were you doing so we can all feel old back in 99-2000?
I really don't know.
Elementary school?
Yeah, probably.
Doing something like that. Playing on the playgrounds of Los Angeles, probably.
Yeah.
28 points, a career high for you. Again, the most by a freshman in a game in 15 years. Did you feel that coming on, maybe pregame warm-ups, shoot around earlier in the day? Can you feel a performance like that coming?
No, not necessarily. I was shooting the same, I was hitting a lot of my shots in warm-ups, but just same as every warm-ups, pretty much, just, usual.
Once you got into the game, you really looked like a good spot-up shooter. That's kind of what you've shown throughout this year. So I'm sure you give a lot of credit to your teammates for putting you in a position to get some good shots up and knock down a lot of those.
Yeah, we found each other last night, and my teammates did a really good job of finding me, and they're a really big reason why I had a good 28-point performance. So kudos to them, and
Not just you, the entire offense looked pretty good against Florida. And what have you seen out there that has caused the offensive performance to be better, particularly against the Gators?
Well, last night we trusted each other. We played hard. We bought into the scouting report that our coaches gave us, and we made open shots. And, we played aggressive on the offensive end and got to the free throw line. So that's why our offense was flowing. When you do things from all aspects and all different cylinders, you'll flow and you'll win games.
Everybody goes through adversity during their freshman year, and everybody grows and improves. Now that you're kind of on the other side of getting over that hump of your freshman season, how do you feel about how things have gone, and how do you feel about the future of this program, especially with so many young guys like you?
I think I think we could be really good. We have a lot of, we have a few sophomores, we have a lot of freshmen, and we only have 2 seniors that's leaving. So I think we could be really good in the future, and our adversity is going to help us for the future, I think.
Well, Naaman, thanks for your time. Congrats on a big game, and keep it up.
Thank you.
Naaman Wright joining us inside the Edward Jones Tiger Cage. A big thanks to our sponsor, Edward Jones, a proud supporter of Mizzou Athletics. To find your nearest Edward Jones financial advisor, or for more information, just go to edwardjones.com. And that takes us to the Missouri Orthopedic Institute Player of the Week. Who else would it be but this guy right here, Naaman Wright, the freshman from LA, on fire against Florida. 28 points on 10 for 13 shooting, and he was 6 for 8 from three-point range, the most prolific scoring effort by a Mizzou freshman in 15 years. Naaman Wright, Player of the Week from Missouri Orthopedic Institute. We've got your back.
This is Sean. We saw him holding a Bud Light, which means he's up for whatever happens. In this case, Jimmy Johnson.
I, Jimmy Johnson, challenge you to a little football game. Don't get nervous.
Are we ready? I'm ready. Jimmy Johnson has dominated the electric football circuit.
Yeah, look at the little Jimmy run. He's hurt. He's pushing through. He's pushing through. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's a winner.
Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
If your dog can dream it, Purina Pro Plan can help him achieve it. Purina Pro Plan's bioavailable formulas deliver optimal nutrient absorption. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
Thank you.
Right now, get any large original or flatbread sausage pizza for only $10. Casey's, famous for pizza.
and welcome back to This Week in Mizzou Basketball. Well, I tell you, from Canada to Huntington, West Virginia to here at Mizzou. Techie gill-caesar is only a freshman, but he has already traveled a lengthy road map. Lauren Holman has more on the freshman from Vaughan, Ontario.
Freshman guard Monte gill-caesar takes basketball seriously. So much so, in fact, Techie moved more than 550 miles away from his hometown of Vaughan, Ontario to Huntington, West Virginia after his freshman year of high school so he could play ball at Huntington Prep.
Because they're a basketball powerhouse, and I had friends there that are actually from Canada, where the same city I'm from. So, you know, they told me that it was a good place to be if I wanted to get better and take my game to the next level. So it was an easy choice.
Recruited Canada for so many years, and you know, Andrew Wiggins was a high school teammate of Techie's in Canada, and so when we were looking for another kind of small forward to kind of come in and play with Andrew, and going into Andrew's senior year, Techie's name came up, and so we obviously recruited him.
For the next 2 years, Techie played and learned from the best under the direction of Huntington's head coach Rob Fulford, and was set to be one of the nation's top recruits this year as a high school senior. But when Fulford accepted Coach Kim Anderson's offer to be an assistant at Missouri, Techie reevaluated where he wanted to be.
It was the best decision for me because staying in high school, I wouldn't have benefited as much as going to college. You know, just training-wise, you know, mentally, physically as a person, you know, just as a man, building, you know, my character. I think that, you know, coming to college was better than staying in high school.
So the 2014 West Virginia Gatorade Player of the Year and a consensus top 50 recruit for the class of 2015 made the decision to graduate early. And with his former high school coach at Mizzou, it made the most sense for Techie to become a Tiger too.
Very close coach and player. You know, I look to him when I need advice, you know, and he'll offer advice even when he doesn't think I need it. So, you know, we have that relationship.
We have a good relationship, and I think, you know, Techie will be the first to tell you that, you know, I'm kind of tough on him, maybe a little bit more so than some of the other guys, just because, you know, I've been around him a lot longer.
Now at Mizzou, it's a decision Techie doesn't regret.
You know, they push me. They want me to be the best I can be.
He's well on his way. For This Week in Mizzou Basketball, I'm Lauren Holman.
Thank you, Lauren. Coach Techie gill-caesar, one of many freshman young players on your team you've seen really start to develop and grow up. But what's been the brightest spot, particularly for that group of young players as they've gotten better throughout the year?
Well, you know, at times it's been a struggle, and I think that's normal with any freshman, and with especially a group of freshmen. You know, I thought, like in Techie's case, I thought he started off the season really, really strong. But, you know, what happens is the other team has video too. And so they see Techie and they see, you know, what he likes to do offensively. And so what do? They guard it, they take it away. So you've got to make that adjustment. I think Techie in particular has played pretty well the last few games. He kind of hit a little lull. You know, he's hurt, kind of hit a little lull for a while, and now I think he's playing a lot better.
He seems to have really made an effort to go down onto the block and be a physical guard in the paint. Is that something he's evolved with this year?
Well, no, it's something he's always done. You know, he played for Rob Fulford at Huntington Prep, and he likes to post up. And so we've been trying to get him the ball a little bit more down in that area, because I think that's an area where he can be effective depending on the matchup of the other team. If he's got a smaller guard on him, certainly that's a positive, I think, for him to get the ball down in the post area.
It's been real fun to watch all of these freshmen grow up this year, and certainly bright things ahead in the near future with this stockpile of young talent. We've got more coming up next. Don't go anywhere. This Week in Mizzou Basketball continues right after this.
If your dog can dream it, Purina Pro Plan can help him achieve it. Purina Pro Plan's bioavailable formulas deliver optimal nutrient absorption. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
The Top 25 is brought to you by Shelter Insurance. For a free auto, home, and life insurance protection review, visit your local Shelter agent or find us on the web at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. November 1982, Dean Smith versus Norm Stewart. The Mizzou basketball team had never played an ACC opponent, so why not start with Michael Jordan and the defending national champion North Carolina Tar Heels. But Mizzou was loaded too, as All-Americans John Sunvold and Steve Stepanovich led a Tiger team that wasn't scared of the defending champs.
He started to get some of that fluidity back. He likes that turnaround jumper inside. Perkins was shielding in the other direction. Stepanovich, what a year he may have. Stepanovich again. Stepanovich really muscling Perkins inside, getting extra position. Jones on the move, and he's fouled. Michael Jordan commits a personal foul. He blocked out. You wanted Dressler to help. Stepanovich use the left. Beautiful move inside.
Jordan picked up 2 quick fouls, limiting his production in the first half, and John Sunvold soon sent the Checkerdome crowd in St. Louis into a frenzy.
North Carolina's going to need another timeout if Missouri scores here. Hey there, and the basket will count. He's been fouled. The foul on Braddock. John Sunvold, his brother Bob, is one of Norm Stewart's assistants. There he is. Smart player.
UNC made a run, led by his Ernest himself, and a double-digit Tiger lead soon was whittled down to just 1 early in the second half, thanks to this Matt Doherty play. And the battle was on between the Tigers and Tar Heels.
Pull up for that jump shot. Uh-oh, that's a tough shot. He's very good at pulling up on that jumper on the break. Backdoor, Sunvold. That's that experience. Those guys have been playing together for a long time. They read each other's mind beautifully. Look at Jordan, the speed of Jordan. And it's all tied, 49 all. They're in this game. Jones, Stepanovich, nice. There it is. Left-hand shot. Smart play by Missouri. Surprising shot by Perkins. No delay from the corner. And North Carolina leads for the first time in this game. 54-53. 3:24 left in the game. I'll tell you what, they're playing a diamond in one. Laurie with a big basket.
Barry Laurie's jumper put Mizzou back on top by 1 with just over 3 minutes to play.
They want to foul this guy if they're going to do anything. Backdoor. Beautiful pass. Good pick.
Norm Stewart's Tigers calmly knocked down free throws down the stretch to keep Carolina at bay, and Mizzou knocked off the defending national champions 64-60, on their way to a 4th straight Big 8 conference title.
Back to wrap things up with head coach Kim Anderson. Coach, conference season continues, coming off a win. Next up is Georgia on Saturday at 11 a.m. down in Athens. What do you feel like your team needs to do to continue the momentum?
Well, you know, we haven't been able to say coming off a win for very long, so I think that's good. But Georgia's a good team. Georgia's a team that you know, if the NCAA tournament started today, they'd be in it, and they got good size. I think what we have to do is try to continue to build on what we did against Florida, and that is do a good job of execution. You know, I wouldn't expect Naaman Wright to score 28 points, so we got to be able to spread the wealth a little bit. Some other guys got to step up. And then defensively do a good job, especially on their interior people. You know, they've got some nice big players, got some good guards. They're a good team. And, you know, they're playing in their stretch run now to maintain their seeding or to get in or wherever they're at. And, you know, we're playing to maybe see if we can move up and get a better seeding for the conference tournament.
That's Saturday, 11 a.m. on ESPNU. Then you come back Tuesday, 8 p.m. here at Mizzou Arena against Auburn. That's senior day, and we got to send off Keith Schamberger and Keanu Post with a great senior day experience.
Yeah, I hope people come out. Those two guys have, of course, Keanu's been here a couple of years, and really been a positive person for me to be around. He's been a fun guy to coach. And Keith, you know, comes in. He's a one-year guy. There's always an adjustment period, but he's made that adjustment fast. He's an integral part of our program. You know, we need him in that lineup handling the basketball because he takes care of it, doesn't turn it over a lot. He's a pretty good shooter too. So I hope people come out to see those two guys.
A couple of guys who, I tell you what, whenever we look back a couple years down the line, you'll see them as a couple of guys that helped lay the foundation for future success. I'm sure that's got to respect those two guys.
No question, no question. And they've both been good representatives of our program, and I wish them well down the line. But I do hope a lot of people come out next week.
Well, we certainly hope that's the case on Tuesday when Mizzou hosts Auburn, and then hopefully a win Saturday at Georgia. Coach, thanks for your time. Congrats on the big W against Florida.
All right, thanks, Ben.
That's Coach Kim Anderson. I'm Ben Arnett. For our entire Mizzou Network crew, we thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next week right here on This Week in Mizzou Basketball.
This Week in Mizzou Basketball was brought to you by Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life, find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Casey's General Store. Casey's, famous for pizza. Missouri Orthopedic Institute. We've got your back. And your local Trusted Choice independent insurance agent. Visit trustedchoice.com to find an agent in your area.